Now on CoastTV News.
Day 25 of no rain on the coast, what that means for farmers and their businesses.
What to do about the tram. Ocean City leaders trying to figure out if and when they should bring it back after a deadly accident early this year.
Roadwork affecting multiple neighborhoods in Ocean View, how people feel about changes to Substation Road.
And the sunshine and dry weather continue as we actually matched a record high on Delmarva today. I'm tracking a big cool down is indeed on the way, but the drought conditions are likely to continue or worsen. Your full forecast coming up.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Dry weather on the coast impacting produce. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with more ways this drought is hurting Delmarva farmers.
The drought is continuing and honestly doesn't seem like there will be rain through the end of the month.
This is now day 25 with no rain, and as CoastTV News reporter Emma Aiken shows us, farmers and their produce are really feeling the effects.
Farmers and their produce. As they try to finish their season out strong at the Rehoboth Beach Farmers Market, disappointment fills the air. That's because these farmers are suffering the effects of this ongoing drought.
One of the effects of this dry drought is the tree will try and survive, and it'll shed a lot of the immature apples so it can survive. They drop before they're full size and not mature. They don't even have any flavor, so they're just we just leave them lay on the ground.
When I spoke with Brady, he told me that because of this drought, for some of his produce, like his apples, the yields are 70 to 80% behind what they were last year. The lack of rain is causing flower grower Chris Sylvester to lose money.
Mid-season with the drought, we had definitely some stunted crops. Some of our flowers just weren't the same height that we would have had in previous years. It's a little upsetting when you have customers coming for flowers. They want to give gifts. It's time to gather with the fall.
A beautiful day, but bad for their crops. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
And in Maryland, the burn ban is in effect for Wacomico County, and it's going to stay there until further notice. The county council made that decision today after hearing from the director, and we're moving on to weather now, and it's going to be extra dry, isn't it, Paul?
And it's staying that way. I mean, we have to be very mindful of the fact that this kind of drought and this kind of dry is going to continue to be problematic for us, even with the winds as well. 74 degrees, not necessarily a problem for us, and it's mild with temperatures staying in the 60s for tonight as far as clear conditions are concerned. But that's not the big story. You combine the dry conditions with tying a record high today in Georgetown of 83 degrees. So now we're warmer than usual, along with the severe to moderate drought that's still staying dominant throughout our neck of the woods. Now, take a look at this graph right here. We're looking at exceptionally dry situation. This dot is supposed to go up if we get any kind of rain. Here's the spoiler alert on all, no matter how complicated this looks, here's the bottom line. This is 0 all the way across to 22, okay? We're 2.8, nearly 3 inches shy of our normal rainfall total for this month alone, let alone for the entire year. So where are we at right now? We're talking about 25 straight days. The record is 34. That was set in 2001 between October 17th to November the 19th. Our 25 days of straight no rain, no precipitation to be measured. That record is in serious jeopardy because that's just how the long-term view is looking for us at this present time because we're not seeing much of a change. Take a look at the next 6 to 10 day outlook. And this is actually updated on a more day-by-day basis. This is actually where we're looking for it to stay dry here and even more so dry up towards New York and the Boston area. So the entire Northeast region as a whole is in the grips of this unusually dry weather pattern. And to be quite honest, guys, I don't see that changing anytime soon. So all that in play, along with even more in the way of drier weather, even though we're looking for a nosedive with the temperatures coming up, that's not going to help us much because even with that change in temperatures, which usually would indicate maybe a little chance of rain, that's not happening either. We'll talk more about this in your full forecast in the 10-day. You don't want to miss the 10-day forecast in light of this story, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. We'll keep an eye on that. Ocean City is still unsure if trams will return to the boardwalk. This after a young boy was killed by a tram earlier this summer, causing the community to come together and pay respects by placing stuffed animals where the accident happened. According to the Ocean City manager, police are still investigating, but once that wraps up, the town plans to take action.
We're looking at, all parts of the accident, but also all parts of the tram operations. We want to make sure that when we do go back in service, that we're doing it as safely as possible.
The Ocean City Council plans to wait for the investigation to close before making any final decisions on the future of tram service. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what should Ocean City prioritize in deciding the tram's future?
Let's take a look at the results. So far, if you look at your screen, 66% say tourist convenience, 28% say public safety, 3% say costs involved, and 3% say tram upgrades.
Now, this is the first time we've run this poll today. The numbers may shift. You can, of course, go vote at coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. And don't forget, you can leave comments there as well.
In Ocean View, Substation Road is connected to 5 neighborhoods. That's now under construction and down to 1 lane. All right, on your screen, I'm going the wrong way. You'll see that stretch of road that's affected. DelDOT is resurfacing and widening and adding curbs to Substation Road. People that live nearby say this neighborhood needs work, and others say the hassle just isn't worth it.
It has caused inconvenience and backup just for us. Different traffic patterns, people moving through the neighborhood. We just figured we had no choice and we need to live with it, but it is inconvenient.
Well, definitely needed it because we're building all these new communities. We call them villages here, and we need to accommodate the higher level of traffic.
DelDOT says this work will be completed on December 6th, barring no weather delays.
For the past few years, a builder has been trying to put a hotel called the Bellhaven, where Candy Kitchen currently sits on Rehoboth Beach's boardwalk. The board approved the variance request that eliminates a requirement for all of the hotel's parking to be on site. This change gives the hotel an opportunity to add an additional 15 rooms on top of the original 92 rooms already approved. The hotel can have up to 29 parking spots. There will be up to 78 on-site underground on Rehoboth Avenue. Another hotel is looking to go across the street, which people are worried that that's going to create more traffic. But one business owner has a different take.
Because it's a very quaint street. But I also like the idea of having it here, so that means a lot more foot traffic on our little street that a lot of people aren't aware that Baltimore Avenue exists. So just make it pretty and subtle visually.
The board says the maximum number of hotel rooms can be 107. As of now, no start date has been set for construction.
Happening tonight, Lewis could take the next step on its bike plan, as recommendations will be reviewed by the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. Short-term plans that could see action are on West 4th Street, with the placement of markings on the road. Similar action is proposed for a section of 3rd Street, along with improving where that intersects with Savannah Road. And for Bay Avenue, the committee is recommending to direct cyclists to and from Savannah Road, and intersection improvements on Sussex Drive in the area of the elementary school, also there.
Delawareans continue to help people hurt by hurricanes Milton and Helene. Donations loaded onto a trailer today heading to North Carolina. Members of the community have been at this for weeks and received help today from Delaware Fraternal Order of Police Lodge 10. Taylor Swain with the Delaware FOP says that she's grateful for those who helped in any way they could.
I get to work with a lot of great people within the community, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say, how important it is for the community support and how grateful we are for the community support that we actually get to come out and help with events like these. So their donations are extremely helpful and very much appreciated.
We have more on this heartwarming story tonight on Coast TV News at 6.
And speaking of hurricanes, the city of Milford has announced a new technology system meant to strengthen emergency communications in the area. Milford has new tech from something that's called Rave Technologies. The city says new tools will allow the city to directly reach locals with critical information during emergencies, including power outages, flooding, or other threats. With the new system, homeowners can expect to receive emails that contain important information on things like how to stay safe. Officials say Milford's proximity to the coast makes preparedness even more crucial. And if you live in Milford, you can visit coasttv.com to learn how you can sign up to receive those emails, plus more resources and emergency preparedness right there.
Still to come, why a pumpkin patch in Dover is seeing a surge of donations for the Food Bank of Delaware.
And really the only changes we see in the upcoming days is after today's record-tying and record-breaking heat, we're going to drop off like a cliff going into Thursday and Friday, but still staying dry.
But first, early voting well underway across the country with just 2 weeks until the election. Up next.
Johnny Janosik's multi-million-dollar inventory sell-off is extended. Through Monday, save up to 70% on leather, upholstery, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Plus, 0% APR for 24 months. But it all ends Monday at Johnny Janosik.
Right now, pet dander, skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Get ready, Delmarva. Excitement and incredible savings have arrived at Gateway Subaru. Save up to $3,200 on a new 2025 Subaru Outback with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. Or save up to $2,300 off a new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek with financing rates as low as 1.9% for 48 months. And be among the first to drive the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester. Stop in and reserve yours today. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
In Maryland, we live closer to the halls of the Senate than anywhere in America, but often it feels they're on another planet. Because when it comes to what's impacting your life, Washington's nowhere to be found. We can take on corporate price gouging, causing prices to skyrocket, expand access to affordable prescription drugs, keep our neighborhoods safe, and protect your hard-earned retirement. I'm Angela Also Brooks, and I'll be a senator focused on you. That's why I approve this message.
Johnny Janosik's multi-million-dollar inventory sell-off is extended. Through Monday, save up to 70% on leather, upholstery, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Plus, 0% APR for 24 months. But it all ends Monday at Johnny Janosik.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Can you believe it? Just 2 weeks until Election Day and early voting already underway in some states across the country.
We were talking about it before the broadcast. I really can't believe it. And NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how both campaigns are seeking to drive their supporters to the polls, while election officials are working to reassure everyone that ballots are protected.
Millions of Americans across the country eagerly casting their ballots as more states begin early voting.
Everyone is talking about this election. This is the biggest election in about 8 years.
Former President Obama campaigning in Wisconsin to help kick off early voting there, as the Harris-Walz campaign unleashes its top surrogates during this final stretch. Harris seeking to reach more voters on her own by taking part in more media interviews, including with NBC News. Former President Trump doing outreach across voting blocks, holding multiple events with faith leaders and Latino voters.
I don't know, but it's going to be close.
Trump is also attempting to raise doubts about this year's election while admitting he's seen no evidence of fraud.
Have either of you seen any cheating, incidents of cheating, that leads you to believe that this election will not be fair?
Well, I haven't.
Election officials and law enforcement releasing this ad warning of consequences for election interference.
What will not be tolerated is acts of violence or intimidation.
Celebrities are raising alarms about deepfakes designed to mislead Americans. This voter expressed confidence that their voice will be heard.
I feel like my vote is safe.
With voting underway in a tight race, officials stress there are systems in place to ensure every vote is counted. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And this is important. U.S. intelligence agencies warning that Russia is continuing its efforts to undermine our elections. That includes circulating false stories, attempting to incite violence, and calling into question the validity of democracy.
We continue to take a look at our Bay forecast. We anticipate it becoming sunny, but the temperature's dropping precipitously. and still no precipitation. Your full forecast coming up in a moment.
Did you know that more than half the air you breathe originates from your crawl space? So keep your family safe with the Crawl Space Ninja system, the ultimate solution for all your crawl space needs. Crawl Space Ninja, working fast, clean, and precise to create a worry-free crawl space to keep your family healthy.
At All Mobility, we keep you moving. Whether it's wheelchair-accessible vans, scooters, home ramps, or lift chairs, we've got the perfect mobility solution for you. Our experts will help customize options to fit your needs and lifestyle so you can stay independent and active. Scooters, ramps, vans, and more. Get moving with All Mobility. Come see us today or schedule a home consultation. allmobilitystore.com.
Welcome to First State Chevrolet, your commercial truck headquarters on Route 113 in Georgetown. We carry the full lineup of Chevrolet medium-duty trucks and low-cab forward models. Our sales staff is professional and ready to earn your business.
Save up to $19,000 on this 2024 low-cab forward dump body.
Save up to $16,000 on this medium-duty dump truck.
Stop in or find us on the web at firststatechevy.com.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
As I get older, I was getting a little off balance. Got recommendations for baths by Bison Brothers. I love my shower. It's perfect for me. My favorite part was probably how quick and easy it was. They came in the morning and they were done by afternoon. I definitely wanted the grab bars. They also put the seat in, which was very nice. The wand is good, especially if you're sitting. So much safer to get in and out of now. It seems like my showers are quicker that way. So it's perfect.
At Crawl Space Ninja, we take healthy to a higher level using chemical-free soda blasting method that removes mold without the use of any harsh chemicals. Completely safe, environmentally friendly. Crawl Space Ninja, working fast, clean, and precise to create a worry-free crawl space to keep your family healthy.
We're bringing bright hope to Delaware by creating opportunity. As Secretary of Labor, I focused on preparing the workforce of tomorrow. And in Congress, I've worked to strengthen career and technical education. Jobs that might not require a four-year college degree, but do require skills. With jobs like these, together we can build the workforce of today and tomorrow. I'm Lisa Blunt Rochester, and I approve this message because our opportunities should be limitless.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
We're continuing to enjoy wonderful recreational sunshine, but at the expense of the precipitation we are desperately in need of. Our Dry-Tech camera in Ocean City showing you a beautiful horizon and 67 degrees, relatively mild stuff with the winds out of the south. We'll sink to 61 with mostly clear skies. But get this, we actually tied a record high in Georgetown at 83 briefly. Right now we're riding at 82, 86 currently in Redden, 78 currently in Seaford. So it felt like a summer-like day, but without the summer showers that we desperately need. We stay very dry across the Delmarva Peninsula at this point, and not much is changing. We have high pressure and control of our weather, and that high pressure system is just a dome of dominance is what I would call it, because it's not allowing precipitation not only for us, but it's clearing it out for the Northeast, a good portion of the Ohio Valley region, and the eastern United States in general. It is literally a big bully pushing the rain out of the way. Speaking of the record high, actually 83. Now, the record high of 83 was actually set, I believe, in 1979, but we tied it today. We didn't surpass it, but we at least tied it. But our big concern is we're still searching for rain. And we can't see any coming from any time or anywhere soon because we're at 2.8 shy of our normal rainfall total. And that's not going to change because even for the entire year, we're holding at about 5.5 inches shy of where we should be. 25 days in a row without a drop of measurable precipitation. It's been since September since we've seen any rain, and 25 days, think about it, that's getting close to a month. That's a long time to not see any precipitation. And our 6 to 10 day outlook, dry. 8 to 14 day outlook, dry. No matter what parameter I put on this, I can't bring you any good news as it pertains to that. You know, I mean, we're looking at 52 for tonight, 79 for tomorrow, and 67 for Thursday. But then as we take a look at our overnight lows, listen, we're going to settle into the 50s. And as we break this down here, we anticipate temperatures in the 70s with lots of sunshine. And then I began to take a look, well, what about the possibility of an anomaly of precipitation somewhere? And no matter how many times I run the numbers, we come out the same way. Dry, cooler by the time we get to Thursday, okay, because the cold front pushes through. The cold front Thursday will plunge the temperatures into the 60s, but we're remaining sunny. We're also remaining dry. Cool, but dry. By the way, Sea Witch Festival, and I'm promising my anchors and everybody, I will be at the Sea Witch Festival parade. Last year I couldn't make it because, well, frankly, I lost my phone. Couldn't make it. Okay, but anyway. But Saturday, we're looking at temperatures in the 60s, and my co-anchors have yet to let me live that down. Dry conditions are going to stay pretty dominant for our neck of the woods. Finally, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. No precipitation expected, even on our parade day, 71 degrees. But man, just no precipitation. Oh, and one quick note before I go, guys. You see that 38 for Monday morning? You better remember that. It's going to be real frosty next week.
Paul, thank you. And starting next week, please tune in to Coast TV News for our special Preview Week coverage. We have exclusive candidate interviews you don't want to miss. Our Decision 2024 Preview Week kicks off on Monday.
Excited to see that. In consumer news, Target slashing prices on thousands of items ahead of the holiday shopping season. The retailer cutting prices on more than 2,000 home goods, beauty products, toys, and food and beverage items. Some prices have already dropped, and the discounting will continue through December. This is the second time this year that Target has cut prices in an attempt to lure some inflationary worrying shoppers.
The Powerball jackpot is up to $456 million. Nobody won the top prize Saturday. The most recent Powerball numbers are 1, 25, 57, 62, 64. The Powerball is 15. If somebody wins, that's worth $220 million after taxes. Wednesday night, the Delmarva Sports Network will air the Governor's Challenge selection show. This is a really big reveal for all local and national teams that play in the Governor's Challenge basketball tournament. If you're not familiar, that's the largest holiday basketball tournament in the country. It's held December 26th to the 30th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury.
Coming up, a wave of community support at one pumpkin patch on Delmarva. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County. Whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
I would never forget the picture that I have. I'm the only one that's not smiling. Even though I'm with my close friends, I felt alone. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't feel confident. When I got Invisalign, I built my confidence. It was the best investment that I could do.
These hands cook for 30 people 3 meals a day. I can't stop when I have dry hands. I trust O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
We know Angela Alsobrooks got caught taking illegal tax breaks, owing $59,000 in back taxes.
And she's now getting a deal. No penalties and a 25% reduction in interest.
Now the New York Times reports Alsobrooks lied on official mortgage documents, and Alsobrooks was sued twice for not paying her bills. Thousands in water, sewer, and other expenses. What scandal will they report next? Merlin's Future is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hard workers need tough gear. Vernon Powell has the toughest and most comfortable workwear in the business. Work boots that work hard, like Timberland Pro, Carolina, and Red Wing, to Carhartt and Darn Tough socks. Only at Vernon Powell in Salisbury and Rehoboth.
Get covered from the rain with a free Coast TV umbrella. Simply enter at coasttvumbrella.com for a chance to win. Then catch Coast TV News weekdays to see if you've won. Sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Son, your house looks and smells great. I finally took your advice, Dad. Dry Zone was professional, fast, and reasonably priced. Just like I said. Yes, Dad.
They fixed up our crawl space, so no more buckling, cracking, or musty odors.
Like I said.
Yes, Dad, like you said.
Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best.
Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
In regional news, an outpouring of community support after a pumpkin patch was stolen from. The Kirschspiel Pumpkin Patch in Dover collects money for the Food Bank of Delaware. Earlier this month, somebody stole the donation box right off the property. Here is the good news, though. Since that theft, the pumpkin patch owner has seen almost a 200% increase in donations.
Being able to donate like this and help the food bank out so they can have that Thanksgiving or Christmas meal and everything in between, it's great.
The pumpkin patch says that they plan to exceed their donation goal earlier than expected.
Maryland State Police are reminding people that this Saturday you can take part in an initiative to fight opioid addiction. It's National Drug Take-Back Day. At any barrack, you can drop off unwanted prescription drugs, no questions asked. If you can't make it, all Maryland State Police barracks are also equipped with secure drug collection boxes. Those are accessible year-round, 24/7.
Tonight on DSN at 6, the Bayside Conference Field Hockey Championship game live. Gotta see that. Followed by the Bayside Conference Boys Soccer match at 10:30, the final score. And here are your DSN Plus exclusives. All Henlopen Conference Boys Soccer starting at 5:30 when Laurel visits Delmar. At 6, Sussex Central takes on Dover. At 6:30, it's Sussex Tech at Cape. Coast TV News at 5. We'll be right back.
My brothers and I were blessed with loving parents. They paid into Social Security and Medicare their entire lives. Now, some politicians in Washington want to take away the benefits seniors across Delaware have earned. I'm Sarah McBride. In the Senate, I helped lower prescription drug costs. In Congress, my priority will be making it easier for people to pay their bills and afford to retire. I approve this message because Social Security is a promise after a lifetime of hard work.
As temperatures drop, FH Fur invites you to be part of something truly heartwarming, our Fall into Comfort toy drive. Through December 15th for only $29, the experts at FH Fur will perform a comprehensive heating system inspection, ensuring your home stays snug through the chilly months ahead. The best part? 100% of the proceeds will go to the United States Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots. Schedule your heating inspection today with FH Fur.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would
So they're
say-
made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would
And
go-
they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think
And
so.
they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out?
And
And the
so-
custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Tacoma has a dominant legacy as America's favorite small pickup for almost 2 decades. Known for reliability and capability. Now buy a Tacoma with low 4.99 APR or lease an SR for $279 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
As a math teacher, Matt Meyer knows that Delaware's tax system isn't adding up. So he has a plan to fix it. Give middle-class families a tax cut, invest in schools, and lower costs. But Mike Ramone's plan gives tax breaks to the ultra-rich, which could cut education by nearly $175 million. Matt Meyer knows these numbers don't add up. He'll make state taxes fair so families can get ahead. Vote Matt Meyer for governor.
Coming up new on Coast TV News at 6, new security enhancements at Sandhill Fields following that summer break-in.
Here's a look at our current view of what's happening at Tyndall's Casual Furniture in Ocean City. We'll drop to 61 with clear skies. Umbrella giveaway winner, by the way, Sandy Cavado Lados from Berlin. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling. We are clear. We've been clear. You can keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. And keep in mind, as we go through our forecast here, we anticipate it staying very cooperative. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. Bottom line is, we're still dry for the next 10 days, Maddie.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.